The Sahelian Alliance, which is a new movement, a new Pan-Africanistic approach to freedom.
Yes.
Because they're seeking economic freedom as well.
Yeah.
And you know how they are calling him up? When you read this newspaper of German, is it
Deutsche Welle?
Yes. When you read the BBC online, they have tagged him, they call his government a junta government, dictator.
Yeah.
Now this week, his parliament passed an anti-LGBTQ law.
Yes.
But when you see how they are writing about him, the junta government, the dictator.
It's the same thing as Idi Amin.
Yes.
How they used to describe Idi Amin.
The dictator, the junta.
You know, initially when there was coups in all these three countries, France, America, and Britain reached out to ECOWAS. And at that time, Tinubu, I think, was the president, the chairperson of ECOWAS. And they were willing to fund the ECOWAS military
to invade Burkina Faso.
That's how desperate they were.
And to some extent, Tinubu accepted.
Yes.
Not to some extent.
He did.
100% accepted.
Yes.
He even wanted to implement.
Yeah.
He even sent a warning shot.
Yes.
By telling them that we are coming. Then these leaders
came together.
They said,
try.
You come. In fact, before you come, we have even left your ECOWAS.
Yeah.
We are creating ours.
Yes, and that
to
is
show that we are ready.
Now, don't you see there's a
that's when Tinubu and the team did what? They thought they would threaten them. So they said we are very resolved.
Yes. You see there's a pattern. They always use a local person.
Yeah.
They front somebody from within to come and ruin what's happening. It's been the same.
It's called divide and rule.
Divide and rule.
That is colonialism.
Yeah.
And you speak in Swahili.
So at night when they would break into our homes and so on, they would be speaking Swahili.
Yeah. Yes. It is only recently because of Tanzania. When Tanzania invaded Uganda.
Yeah.
Of course, Uganda invaded Tanzania first.
Yeah.
Okay, not Uganda.
Yeah.
Amin invaded Kagera salient.
Kagera was part of Uganda.
And then he went. He annexed it.
Yes.
And what did Julius Kambarage Nyerere, Mwalimu, what did he say? Oh, you have invaded the United Republic of Tanzania. I can assure you that from now on, when he was declaring war, we have declared war against you. And all the battles will be fought inside Ugandan soil.
Yes.
And not in Tanzanian soil. And then he set off the Tanzania People's Defense Forces. Yeah. And most of them were reservists.
Yes.
Not even the main, they were reservists, people who had trained.
Retired.
Or retired were called back.
Semi-retired.
And semi-retired. They were recalled, everybody. And they marched from Kagera up to Kitgum.
From Tanzania?
Yes.
They crossed to Kampala to Kitgum?
Yes.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yes.
How did they pass here from Masaka, from Kula?
They marched. And you know the story, you're a journalist. But of course, there were also the Uganda People's Liberation Front. Yes. An assortment of Ugandans who were exiles in Tanzania.
Yeah.
And that's how they drove Idi Amin out of power. Now, what am I saying? During that period, the Tanzanian soldiers stayed here for about, is it 2 years?
Yes.
They stayed on for 2 years, and Swahili became acceptable.
Free your mind now. Be part of the People's Pan-African Parliament. The Pan-African Pyramid Debate with your speaker, Andrew Irumba Katusabe.
Welcome to the Pan-African Pyramid Show. This is an exclusive with my elder, my mentor from Nairobi, Kenya, Professor Humphrey Jeremiah Ojwanga. Professor Humphrey Jeremiah Ojwanga comes from Kenya. Professor, you were working with which university in Tanzania? Muhimbili?
Muhimbili, but my initial university is University of Nairobi.
University of Nairobi.
In Kenya, so we could start from there. Yeah.
Now you are in Muhimbili. Professor,
Yes,
let me ask you.
I have affiliation with Muhimbili, the Institute of Traditional Medicine, Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Sciences.
Let's begin by asking you to introduce yourself.
In Tanzania, yes.
Let's begin by asking you to say hi to our viewers.
Hello, viewers. I'm privileged to appear on the show, the Pan-African
Pyramid Show.
It is always a pleasure to follow what they're doing, based in Kampala, Uganda, but it is a Pan-African initiative. So thank you very much for having me.
Professor, I remember you, the first time I met her in Nairobi.
Yeah.
He hosted me.
Okay.
And it was my first time to meet him.
Okay.
And we spoke for over 4 hours.
Wow.
Just speaking the history
Okay.
of Africa. And there is this thing he talks about. Is it entomology?
Not entomology, epistemology.
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 Professor, before we reach to epistemology,
Yes.
you've been in Kampala for 1 week now. By the way, here we are seated in the home of our other comrade, my comrade Ouma. Ouma is also from Nairobi, and I'm glad Ouma, when I came here, I saw an award here. Ouma is one of the recipients from Kenya. So, Professor, you just joined the list of so many Kenyans.
Yes.
And Ouma is the one who opened the door. I see the award of Ouma is here.
Yes.
Ouma Ogola Edith, we awarded her. She's in the class of 2024. You're in the cohort of 2025.
Yeah,
This is
2024 cohort.
Last year.
But I collected it. With
Yeah, you also
2025.
The same time.
Same time.
cohort.
This is the class of 2024 cohort.
Yes.
So you are 2 Kenyans now. Another one has just left Uganda. Gershom Okonda. He's back in Nairobi. He was talking to me. So how do you feel about recognizing you, Professor, for your effort? How do you feel?
I don't know how to express it, but I can put it this way. I feel elated.
Elated.
Yes. I feel elated. Yes.
We are hosted by Ouma in Luzira. Luzira, normally, they, whenever you say I am in Luzira, people think either you're in prison or you're mad. No, you're not mad.
Tabika.
In Tabika. Ouma, thank you for hosting us.
Karibuni. Yeah.
Now, Professor, take us through your life, your young age, you as a boy. Because now you see the entire head is white. But how about before you had any hair anywhere?
Yes, I had.
You're growing up.
Yes.
Where did you grow up from?
I grew up from the southern Nyanza region, or if you like, just call it Nyanza region, which borders Lake Victoria on the Kenyan side.
The fisherman.
Yes, on the Kenyan side of the border.
In Uganda, we call them abavubi.
Yes. So you asked me about my white hair. I wrote a book at the age of 25, 26, and it was on a court be taken on trial. You can look at my picture on the cover. No, the back cover. Yes.
Oh.
That was me. That is me. Not was me. That is me. When I didn't have white hair. Yes. I was a young, fresh graduate teaching English and drama in high school, and that was Kisumu Boys High School. But you asked about
You are growing up
growing up
as a boy. But what we take on trial
Yes.
and the substance
and the substance.
by Humphrey Ojwanga.
Yes. So growing up, I was born into a family of teachers. My mother was a school teacher, primary school teacher. She mainly specialized in teaching the lower level classes, and she was very good with the kids who came straight from the village into the school. So she would nurture them, teach them how to read, how to count, how to write. So I went to the same primary school, and that is Kamagambo Primary School. Kamagambo Primary School. I know that the word Kugamba
Means to talk.
means to talk in Western Ugandan languages like Runyoro, Rutoro, and Ruchiga, and even in Kinyarwanda and Kirundi. So it must be a Bantu word, and I am here to discover how the word Kamagambo came to be. Yes, Kamagambo came to be. So Kamagambo Primary School, it's a mission. It is in a mission complex, an educational complex of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It was a mission center which brought people from all over Eastern and Central Africa. So my mother was a teacher there. My father was also a teacher, but he later on went to university, and upon graduation, he joined the Kenyan Civil Service at Independence. That
was he doing?
He was a district, called him a district commissioner. In Uganda, I think you call them RDC. Yes, resident district commissioner. So he was a resident commissioner in various parts of the country. Yes, but I was brought up in my mission village, mission station or village, and I attended the same primary school where my mother was a teacher. So my mother was my mother.
Was your teacher at the same time?
And my teacher at the same time. But she didn't teach me directly. Yes, but she didn't teach me directly because I was in the English medium stream. And my mother taught in the vernacular stream. So I could hear her singing with the kids, the other side, but I was in the English medium stream. What they called NPA, New Primary Approach, which was introduced by the Ominde Commission. The Ominde Commission, Professor Simeon H. Ominde was a great educator, a university scholar, a teacher, and at independence in 1963, he was given the role of studying the educational system, which was in a transitional period from the British colonial rule to independent Kenya. So I was one of the, call it guinea pigs, I was one of the guinea pigs of this transition.
You tried?
Yes, I was part of the trial.
They used you as a sample.
As a sample.
When it can work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was never taught in vernacular, the way my mother used to teach other classes in the vernacular. And by vernacular here, I mean the local language, the indigenous local language. So I was taught English from day one. From day one.
Professor, don't you think, is there something that these people dispossessed of you when they decided to teach you completely in English?
Yes. This story can go back and forth. When I joined the University of Nairobi as a lecturer, I met Ominde, Simeon Ominde, who was an elderly, semi-retired person having served as Director of Population Studies at the University of Nairobi. He was the Director of PSRI, which stood for Population Studies and Research Institute. So when I went to the senior common room, he was there and I was introduced to him, and I told him that, sir, you deprived me of something. And he asked me, what is that? You deprived me of learning to read and write in Luo, which is my mother tongue.
Luo?
Luo, the Luo. Dhok means language, and Luo are the people. Language of the Luo people is Dhok Luo, or you abbreviate it to Dholuo.
Just like Ki Nyarwanda.
Like, yes, or Rutoro.
Kitoro, Rutoro.
Yes.
Luganda.
Yeah, Mu Luganda. So it's
So in Bantu languages.
But you're talking about Luo only in Kenya?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm Luo Kenya, yes. And they're Luo Tanzania. And they're Luo Uganda.
Luo Ethiopia.
And they're Luo Gambela in Ethiopia.
And Sudan.
And they're Luo in South Sudan. And they're Luo in Ituri province,
Congo.
northeastern DRC,
Yes.
Congo. Those are their Luo speakers.
Okay.
Yes, but Uganda, in my understanding, has the largest Luo presence.
Yes.
Uganda, in my estimation, has the largest Luo presence and a variety of Luo-speaking people. In Kenya, there's only one variety with a minor dialectological variation. And same with northern Tanzania, North Mara region in Tanzania.
Okay, let's go back to what the man dispossessed of you.
Yes, so the Ominde Commission, because commissions in government.
You confront him, huh?
Yes, I just inquired politely, because confront is a strong word. So because of his age, and I was the age of his children, one of his sons was my college mate. So he was born in 1924, and my father was born in 1924. So he was like a father figure to me. So I talked to him politely as a son would to a father. So I told him, you are commissioned, because the commission in Kenya, commissions are known by their chairs.
Yeah.
The Ominde Commission, the Ndegwa Commission, the Gachadi Commission. So the reports bear the names of the chairs of different government commissions. And
Even in Uganda, we have Odochi Commission.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember?
Benjamin Odoki.
Benjamin Odochi Commission.
Yeah, yes, and I met Benjamin Odochi in Kenya, but that's a story for another day. So I confronted him, but politely and in a mild way, because of his elevated position as a father figure and as a teacher, as a teacher. So I told him, sir, you deprived me, your commission deprived me of something which would have been very valuable in my formation. Then he asked me,
what is that?
What is that? And I said, well, you introduced English medium, and when I went to school, I went through that process. So I was taught English from day one. The medium was English from day one. So I had to learn how to read Luo using the Luo Bible at home, because my mother had books at home, the Bible in Luo, and my sister, my elder sister, who had gone through the other system, knew how to read Luo, and she taught me how to read Luo at home using the Luo Bible. Now, so I told Professor Minde this story, and they smiled and they said, well, but at least you benefited from the Uminde report, and here you are, now you're my colleague at the University of Nairobi as a lecturer. So he played it nicely. So he wanted to make it appear like his report was good enough if it could produce somebody like myself.
But now see, my problem is that issue you talked about, learning Luo from the Bible. I have a problem with that, and I'm a very, very, very big opponent of why they started with the Bible. Why could they not try to translate our medicines, our herbs? Why didn't they try to translate those? Why didn't they just stop? Why did they just stop at translating the Bible? That's why I keep insisting, like they used Christianity to colonize us. And they made it.
Instead of translating
yes
any other information
yes
into Luo, especially about him, they translated the Bible.
They were very fast to translate the Bible.
And he was learning Luo, but learning the Bible.
Yes, that is a good question. You will agree with me that Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, the original East African community member states, we had a very, very similar experience with British colonialism. Tanzania had a German connection initially, but after World War I, they were dispossessed of their German East African territory, which was then handed over to the British, who took care of Tanzania after the war. So
protectorate.
Protectorate was Uganda, but Tanzania was a mandated territory. Mandated. So the British were given the mandate to take care of the former German East Africa. German East Africa. Kenya was British East Africa, and Uganda was not a direct colony. Uganda was a protectorate. And what we mean by a protectorate? It means that the British were working through traditional kingdoms, the kings and the chiefdoms. So I'll give Buganda as an example. So the British found Kabaka Mutesa in charge. So they said, instead of them dismantling the Kabakaship and the system, let us work through him. And of course, Kabaka was boosted by the British. His powers were enhanced, and he was protected.
They added him extra land, power.
But you see, at one point,
they gave him more land to,
But at one point, they were also a threat, and they were exiled. A lot of kingdoms, and this happened in West Africa.
Yes.
In East Africa.
Yes.
Where they were exiled on an island.
Yes, that is correct.
Seychelles.
In Seychelles.
Yes, that is correct. But
why?
Let us look at, because I was answering you about why they translated the Bible.
Yes.
So when the British, let me use the British example, because I am thoroughly conversant with the British experience. You know, I eventually went to England as a British Council scholar, where I studied for a master's degree in applied linguistics and the teaching of English language. I have a certificate from the British government, apart from that master's degree. So the British were very, very smart. Let me say they were smart. They said, let us work through the traditional leaders, systems. So in Uganda, which is the best example, there was Kabaka of Buganda Kingdom. There was, to a lesser extent, the Chabazinga of Busoga Kingdom. And there was a very strong kingdom.
Omukama of Toro.
Omukama of Bunyoro Kitara and the Omukama of Toro.
Yes.
But Toro was an offshoot of Bunyoro Kitara.
It was under Bunyoro Kitara.
Yes, and then later they were given the power. You know?
Actually, the son of the king of Bunyoro fought his father and seceded from the Bunyoro Kitara Empire.
Okay.
He cut off. He sent him to go and sort out a few issues, because those subjects would come to the Bunyoro Kitara Empire with their problems, and he would take months without meeting them, so they will keep in the kingdom.
Yes.
So one day he assigned his son to go and sort the problem.
Okay.
When he reached there, the subject said, please, since you have solved our problems here,
Stay with us.
Stay with us.
Then he said, but my father, he said, we will defend you. Then, are you sure? Yes, we will defend you. The father sent his soldiers to come and take him by force. The subject staged a war. They said, we will fight.
So they seceded.
They seceded. So they asked the father what they should do. Should they use force? They said, then he told them, if you use force, you're going to kill my son.
Yeah.
Because they are going to fight.
And
you
the
fight,
son killed.
and finally you die. Now I'm going to lose the son. Leave him.
So leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
And that's the beautiful history of Uganda. In Kenya, when I was going to high school, we studied for the East African Examinations Council. At that time, Kenya didn't have an Kenya Examinations Council. Right now, there's Kenya National Examinations Council.
Okay, we have your name.
And you have
National Examinations Board.
Yes, and that board is a daughter of the East African Examination Council. And the headquarters of the East African Examination Council, the headquarters were located in Kampala, Uganda.
For
East African.
For East Africa.
Yes, and the secretary was a Mganda called BP Kiwanuka. His name was initial BP Kiwanuka, the executive secretary. So that syllabus opened us to Ugandan history, and I loved Ugandan history. In fact, after class 7, I had wanted to come to high school or in Uganda because my uncles went to school in Uganda. Yes, one of them went to Kisubi.
St. Mary's Kisubi.
Yes, another one went to Busoga College Mwiri. So that's family. Those are my father's younger brothers, my own father's younger brothers. They were educated in Uganda for their secondary school. And
are they still alive?
No, unfortunately, or fortunately, they have passed on to the land of ancestors.
They have
transfigured into the ancestral light. Yes, and one of them was so close to me. He told me lots and lots of things about Uganda, and I had wanted to come to Uganda like them. But that was the time when Idi Amin Dada overthrew the government of Dr. Apollo Milton Obote. So my grandmother said, my father's mother that is, my paternal grandmother said, my grandson is not going to Uganda because Amin will kill him. An old woman who is overprotective of the grandson.
Maybe she was correct.
And maybe she was correct because some people disappeared.
Yes.
Like Chesire, who was a student at Makerere University. So going back to what we lost, through English medium system. And yes, through the English medium system, what we lost was our folklore.
Yes.
And that is why I have taught myself, I have gone back to my roots, I have reclaimed my heritage.
Yeah.
And that's why today I am into language, folklore, and ecology, which I will be talking about later, ecology. So, my sister taught me at home. So she taught me Luo. I would tell her, Luo is so difficult to read, but English is okay, because I was taught the English spelling. Okay? But she told me, no, in Luo, just take the Bible. In Luo, you read the word as you see it. You read the word as you see it, because Luo orthography is more direct than English orthography. By orthography, I mean spelling system. Because the English spelling system, unless you learn it from a very early age, it can be difficult, very, very difficult. So she told me, just take this and read after me, and read it the way you see it.
It's phonetic.
Yes, and that's what I did. Yes. And then I could read from her storybooks, the vernacular storybooks. So although I was attending the English medium classes at Kamagambo Primary School, I had enough material at home. You know, so I was totally immersed in the two systems, but at home it was called informal, it was non-formal. I was not doing it to do any exam, it was just out of interest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, right, that's good history, Professor. Now, Prof, let's go through, but even before I take you to your education system, today if you met the people who sat and said, let's change our curriculum from teaching our children in local languages to English, if you met them today, would you tell them to reverse their idea?
Yes.
Why
yes.
would you do so?
I believe that every child, and I am now quoting Ngugi wa Thiong'o, every child, as a fundamental human right, should be taught their mother tongue.
Yeah.
And Ngugi wa Thiong'o says, it doesn't matter whether you know all the languages of the world, but if you don't know your mother tongue and your mother tongue or language of your culture, that's what Ngugi calls it, the language of your culture, that is the mother tongue, then you are lost.
Yeah.
You're like a slave. That is what Ngugi says.
Yes.
And don't forget, Ngugi got a BA degree in English from Makerere.
Yeah.
At that time,
Ngugi was studied from Makerere?
yes, Ngugi studied at Makerere University, Kampala, but during his time, Makerere was called Makerere University College, Kampala. Makerere University College.
Not university.
It was not full-fledged. It did not have a charter of its role.
Charter, yes.
Yeah, so they were offering University of London degrees. They took the exams here in Kampala.
To London?
They did the exams here in London. Sorry, in Kampala. But it is the University of London which awarded
the degrees.
The degrees.
Yes.
Same thing with University College Nairobi and also University College Dar es Salaam. So those were the three main institutions of higher learning in the three states of Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. So a lot of people came to Makerere, and even Ominde, the man who changed the system, he was a graduate. He took a diploma in education at Makerere. Julius Kambarage Nyerere took a diploma in education, Makerere.
University.
Jaramogi Oginga Odinga,
The father of
Raila Amolo Odinga, took diploma course, diploma in education course
Makerere.
at Makerere. Now, during that time, if you study the history of higher education in East Africa, during that time, the British colonial authorities did not want Africans to get a degree. So although you took a 3-year course, they still awarded you diploma.
Hey,
Yeah.
so when you are talking about a diploma, I thought it was today's diploma.
No. It was a degree. Yes.
But they didn't want you to be at their level.
Yes, so
So
they
you have a diploma.
so they would knock your head a bit so that you stay down there.
Hey.
But you fulfilled all the requirements.
And if they must award you a degree, it must be them.
It must be in their
London.
country. So, and it must be London. So, there are some people who came from Kenya and they studied medicine, but they were given diploma in medicine.
Yes.
But you're a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Veterinary science, veterinary medicine.
Yeah.
Veterinary medicine, diploma in veterinary medicine. But later, after Makerere gained its status as a full-fledged independent or autonomous university, I think they provided for people coming to reclaim their degrees.
Okay, those who had got diploma.
Yeah,
But they were supposed to be degrees.
yes, so
They facilitated the process to come and get your degree.
without extra
Yeah,
Classes.
studies.
studies. So the diplomas
Were turned into
were
degrees.
turned into degrees. I think there was such a time.
Okay.
And I know of one case, Dr. Likimani from Kenya, who took a diploma in medicine at Makerere. Eventually, he claimed his MBCHB, that is Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. So, it's, when you study the history of education, of higher education in East Africa, you get such kinds of things. But going back to what you are raising up, what we lost, I think I've explained that if I were to meet those people, I would recommend a multilingual approach because you can learn 3 languages simultaneously. Look at our children in Nairobi, Kenya. Look at your children in Kampala, Uganda. So you may find an Acholi child. Let me give the example of Acholi. An Acholi child from Gulu, the parents are from Gulu, and the parents are working.
You mentioned
here.
Gulu, like you're from
Acholi.
Gulu. Because for me, it's a Gulu. Gulu, like you're Acholi.
Yes, yes. I am.
You're like Norbert Ma.
I am pretty close to them. So, a family from Gulu, at home, they will speak Lebacholi for domestic purposes at home. But as soon as they step out of their compound, they'll meet Soga kids and Ganda kids
And the Batoro kids.
and Toro kids and Nyoro kids. But because they're in Kampala, the language of the catchment area will be Luganda.
Yes.
And they will pick it very easily, very, very easily. And when they go to school, then they're confronted with English.
Yes.
So they will pick it. In Kenya, it will be Swahili instead of
So
the
they
language.
will have an opportunity to learn more than
Three languages.
Yes.
Yeah, so that
Depending on the environment where they are.
Yeah.
correct.
They will be like chameleons.
Yeah.
When you're in a green environment, you turn green.
Yeah.
When you're brown, you turn brown. But for them, they cocoon us into one language, English.
Yeah. So that is what I would recommend, and the curriculum planning and instructional design should take care of that kind of multilingual situation. That is what I would recommend today, so that we don't kill our mother tongues, because some of our mother tongues are endangered.
Yes.
They are dying. They are under threat. A language can die. Attrition.
Yeah.
Language attrition. So
Language attrition.
Yes, that is language death.
A language doesn't die, just
it dies.
Dies.
When the last person who speaks that language dies,
Yeah.
then that language has died completely.
so you call it language attrition.
Attrition in linguistic anthropology,
Yeah.
or in social linguistics, that's what we call it.
Language
attrition.
Language death.
Language death.
Like,
Yes.
like the woman. There's a woman who was speaking the original Xhosa language
Xhosa.
in Southern Africa, and she was the only one who knew.
The origin.
Yes. So a lot of attention was put on her, and she was trying to teach her grandchildren. And it was like a click language that
Yes.
nobody else is speaking.
It was a click language. It wasn't Xhosa.
Yeah.
It wasn't Xhosa, but it was, I think, a Khoi.
Yes.
Khoi dialect.
Yes.
But you know the Khoi in Southern Africa affected or influenced the Xhosa.
Xhosa.
But the Xhosa are actually Nguni
Yes.
speakers. But you know, when languages meet, when languages are in contact, there's borrowing of words and there's loaning of words.
Words, yeah.
Yes.
I think
You
it
know,
was
my teacher, Austin Luanga Bukenya.
Kenya looks to be Muganda.
Yes, he's a Muganda.
Your teacher
He was my teacher
in Kenya.
in Kenya at university. He taught me literature. So, and we became friends. So he used to tell me that Luganda and Lusoga are sister languages. They are very close.
Yeah.
So he used to tell me that Luganda is a terrible version, a poor version of Lusoga. And Lusaga is a poor version of Luganda. So what he meant was that there is mutual intelligibility between Lusoga and Luganda. Amganda will speak his language, and Amsoga will speak his language, but they will understand each other.
Yes.
Up to some point, it could be 50% and mutual intelligibility, or 60, or even 70%. So when people come together, when people are in contact, they also share words. They share their languages, they exchange words, they loan words, they borrow words. So there's a lot of borrowing and loaning of words. That's why it is said that Swahili is a Bantu language, but with about 25 to 30% Arabic. Yes. So Swahili, in a sense, you can say it's a hybrid language, because it has borrowed from Arabic largely, but it also borrowed from Persian, Portuguese, Hindi. So languages are alive, they grow. But if the language is not given, if the language is not given the opportunity to thrive, it can die. And I'll give you the example, language attrition. I can give you the example of the Abasuba people of Kenya.
Abasuba.
Yes. The Abasuba are said to have run away from Buganda Kingdom. They were refugees. When there was a struggle in Buganda Kingdom for the throne of Kabakaship, a group of people killed Kabaka Junju. And then there was a fight. So they took off and crossed Lake Victoria from Buganda side. Crossed Lake Victoria, what we call the Winam Gulf. Winam Gulf. That is the Winam Gulf. You know, when you look at the map of Lake Victoria, there is the head. There's a what we call
the hump of the lake,
or head of the lake.
Yes.
Wichnam.
Yeah.
So they crossed the Wichnam into Nyanza region of Kenya, and they settled in the lowlands of Nyanza region, the 5 areas of Rusinga Island, Mfangano Island, then the Gwasi Hills, and the Gembe Hills. So that group of settlers who came largely from Buganda Kingdom as refugees, call them refugees, after killing Kabaka Jonju. So they settled in the southern part.
They ran away from trouble.
They ran away from
yes. Kabaka.
After killing Kabaka
So
Jonju.
they had to take off.
They had to take off and they settled across. They just said, okay, we have nothing to do with the Buganda Kingdom. Let's go. So when they got there, they met the Luo. They met the Luo. And the Luo people were very good at assimilating such neighbors. Of course, through intermarriages. So they started to learn Luo. These Suba refugees started to learn Luo. And slowly by slowly, the kids started to lose the Lusuba variety of Luganda.
Okay.
And eventually they adopted Luo. So that group, we call them Luo Abasuba, which means they are a hybrid community. And I believe it's the same in parts of Bunyoro Kitara kingdom. Because there were those Acholis who went deep into Bunyoro territory. And in Bunyoro Kitara kingdom, you find pockets of Luo within Bunyoro.
And we even find similar names.
Up to this day. Yes, and then similar names. What you're talking about, similar names. And my brother here, the speaker of Pyramid, Africa Pyramid, Pan-African Pyramid, the speaker and the founder of this important movement in Africa, is from Toro. Now, their king is called Oyo. Oyo Nyimba Rukidi.
Oyo Nyimba Kabambi Guru Rukidi the fourth. Oyo Nyimba Kabambi Guru Rukidi the fourth. He's my king.
Yeah. I knew I would strike a chord within you. So let's just call him Oyo. Okay? Oyo is a Luo name.
Yeah.
Oyo is a Luo name.
Means path.
Which means child born
On the way.
on the way.
Hey.
Yes. Oyo.
Oyo means road.
Yes.
Path, like,
Path.
Yes.
So a child born along the road.
Yes.
Along the road.
Yes. It's called Oyo.
like you see how you had midwives back then.
Yes.
So in a
So you're going
to the midwife.
you're going to the midwife's home, but the baby is in a hurry.
Midway.
Yes.
Midway.
Yeah.
So that is Oyo,
Oyo.
for masculine,
And
or
Oyo.
Ayo for feminine.
Female.
Like Ayo
Female.
Kimathi.
Yeah, but you see, Ayo Kimathi got that name from West Africa.
From
Kenya here. Kimathi.
Kimathi is from Kenya,
Kenya.
but Ayo is from the
West Yoruba or something.
for Yoruba.
Yes. So the name, yeah, that is one example. So the Toro king has a Luo name. So the name Oyo also occurs in West Africa, but I think that is simply a meaningful coincidence. But in East Africa, in Uganda, in South Sudan, in Gambela, Ethiopia, in Kenya, in Tanzania, in DRC Congo, the names, Luo names are fairly common. You will find Ouma, Auma in Uganda and in Kenya and in Tanzania. You'll find Ojwang and Ajwang in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda. So Oyo, as I was telling you before the break, refers to a child born by the pathway, along the pathway, on the way to the midwife's home. So the child is in a hurry, so the child comes out. That is Oyo,
That's Oyo.
for a boy, or Ayo for a girl. Now the king of Toro, the current king of Toro, okay, you can now give me all the phonemes so that we break it down. Let's start with the
title. The title is Rukira Basaija. Rukira Basaija, that's the title given to the Toro king.
Yes.
Omukama of king. The Omukama of Toro, the king of Toro.
Yes.
Is called Rukira Basaija. Rukira Basaija means a man above men. A man above men.
Yes.
Rukira Basaija, the highest man.
So Musaja means man.
Yes.
In both Toro and Luganda.
And Luganda.
Yes.
Rukira Basaija. Basaija. Basaija means men.
Men.
Rukira means he who is greater than. Rukira Basaija.
Yes.
You are greater than me.
Yes.
You are greater than all men.
Yes.
So Rukira Basaija, that's the title. Oyo Nyimba Abamba Iguru Rukidi the fourth.
So those are about 5 names.
Yeah. But of course they are picking them from his great grandfather,
yes.
his grandfather, his
yes.
father, and then his.
Yes. But his first name is Oyo.
Oyo.
Yes. Now I want to explain something on that. The Batoro were an offshoot of the Banyoro, as we noted earlier.
Yeah, we come from Bunyoro.
Yes, so you come from Bunyoro, and you are a son of Bunyoro. So Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom.
They used to call it Bunyoro Kitara Empire. It was an empire. It was more than a kingdom.
It was larger than a kingdom. It was several kingdoms, but controlled by a king of kings. So that is empire. Bunyoro Kitara Empire.
It even goes to Rwanda
and Western Kenya.
Western Kenya.
Yes. So the dynasty which was controlling Bunyoro Kitara complex was Luo Babito. The Luo Babito dynasty. So that Luo Babito dynasty is found in Bunyoro today, is found in Toro today. And to some degree, it is believed that it is the same dynasty which went all the way to Busoga. Yes, but the Baganda have their own way of explaining the myth surrounding the evolution of Buganda kingdom. Yes, but I think the kingdoms were the same. I think the kingdoms came from one source. Bunyoro Kitara, but there was a connection with Buganda kingdom as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so these kingdoms had a connection, and the ruling class or the ruling dynasties were known as Luo Babito. Now, why Luo Babito? It means that when the Luo migrated, or because migration was between 500 to 700 or 800 years, because migration was slow but sure from the north, that is the Sudan, Bahr el Ghazal. So when the Luo arrived in northern Uganda, or northwestern Uganda, they met the local Bantu-speaking people, and they developed some kind of symbiotic association, so that the Banyoro and the Batoro adopted some Luo practices, including names. And that's why today in Bunyoro and in Butoro, you have what we call Empako.
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 Not Empako, it's Empako.
Empako. That is now the rendition of Amtoro.
Yes.
But for a Luo from Kenya, I'll say Empako.
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 Professor, in the whole world,
yes,
we are very, very unique creatures. It is only Batoro with Empako. In the whole world. If you move to any part of the world, and you find somebody called Ateni, I am Ateni.
yes,
Amot, Akiki, Aboki,
Adiri.
You know them.
I am Adiri.
Who gave it to you?
I'll tell you the story.
But have you been to Kampala before for some time? You stayed here for some time?
Yeah, I visited Kampala, but I have not been to Fort Portal. And that's why I was asking you about Professor Edward Rugumayo. Yes, I wanted to see him, but next time I'm in Uganda, I'll go and see him.
Professor Edward, after my show, I'm going to call him. Sometimes he stays in Kampala. He has a home here in Kampala.
Okay.
He has a home here in Kampala.
Yes.
He's a big man. He has a home. I'm going to call him after the show.
Yeah, and of course we had John Ruganda in Kenya. John Ruganda was from Toro, I think, and he wrote plays. He taught at the University of Nairobi, produced plays like The Floods. Okay. He was a great man from Western Uganda. Yeah. So Empako.
So I was telling you, it is only us with Empako. Only us in the whole world.
Yes, but I want to tell you, it's not just the Toro. The Banyoro also have them.
Yes, we are the same.
Yes.
We came from Banyoro.
Yes.
And we share the same Empako.
Yes, and there are 12. But the king has 2 Empakos.
You know them? I didn't know that you know.
Tell me. I'm told that every individual has 1, but the king has 2.
Amoti. The official Mpako is Amoti.
Amoti.
That's the king's petty name.
Yes.
They call it petty name.
Petty name.
Yes. Yes. The other one is it Ochaki? I'm not sure about that.
Yes, I think Ochaki.
The official one I know is Amoti.
Yes.
I don't know that the second one is Ochaki.
Ochaki. Yeah. So in Patrice Lumumba's case, even that was erased. And it is a terrible deprivation to the African people, because people still feel very bitter about the way the Belgians killed Patrice Lumumba. Then they installed a puppet in the name of Mobutu Sese Seko Wasabanga. It had to take combined forces of Uganda and Rwanda through Kabila to drive him out of Zaire, which became Zaire Congo, and now the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
They are just saying democratic, but is it democratic?
It's not.
Just what? Why didn't it even remain Zaire? Who say that this has a meaning? Democratic Republic. Are you democratic?
But now
Yeah,
you see
that's a good question. Democratic. The fact that you call yourself democratic does not necessarily mean you are democratic. But what do we mean by democracy? It is a Greek concept. Is it an African concept? Africans always arrived at decisions through consensus. There was no ballot box. Did we have ballot box in Toro Kingdom?
No.
It was consensus. Did we have ballot boxes in Runyoro, Rutoro, in Toro and in Bunyoro? No. The elders would sit down under a tree and discuss, okay, and reach a consensus. Yeah. So this thing called democracy, what is it? You see,
it's non-existent.
Yes, because government of the people, by the people, for the people. That's the American definition.
Yes.
Yes, but is America democratic?
No. And if you notice
or Belgium or France,
none.
Are they democratic like what they did to their former colonies? So decolonization of the mind, decolonization of the mind, what Ngugi wa Thiong'o calls decolonization of the mind. And that's why an organization like the Pan-Africa Pyramid should play a critical role in educating our people, our African people, and decolonize our minds.
Yeah.
Decolonize our mind. What PLO Lumumba talks about the colonization of it. It was named after Patrice Lumumba, and is now one of the most famous public speakers.
Sought after Pan-African.
In
And
Pan-African.
Russia has paid a glowing tribute to Patrice Lumumba right in the middle of Moscow City. There is a university that stands, and it's Patrice Lumumba University. And most of the people are on scholarship from Africa, Cuba, Venezuela. Yes, Patrice Lumumba University.
They should also take him.
They should. They will, and you'll get scholarship.
With
They
that,
offered.
him and I will just go for an educational one.
Yes.
And we give lectures.
Yes.
Yes, and you see, thank you for reminding us about that. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, first Vice President of Kenya,
Yeah.
tried to get help from the West, and they said no. Then he turned east
Yes.
to China and Russia. And of course India, because
Yes.
India supported him. But China and of course Russia. So when Tom Mboya and Kennedy,
Tom Mboya.
yes, Tom Mboya and Kennedy were sending Kenyans to America to study, and members of my family benefited from that.
Me too.
My father,
Even you.
Yeah.
my father and his brothers.
Yes.
They benefited from the American side. Oginga Odinga got scholarships to Eastern Europe and Russia.
Yes.
And one of the biggest universities in the capital city of Moscow, it's called Patrice Lumumba
University.
Friendship University.
Oh.
Friendship University.
Yeah.
So they memorialized Kaunda, not
Lumumba.
Kaunda, Lumumba. They memorialized him. They built something in his honor. But the Belgians dissolved his body
Yeah.
in a drum of
Yes, they're the one
sulfuric
yes, they're the one who took over the wealth of the Arab.
Oh, yes.
Zaire.
So
The
this
same
is-
thing.
They would even be more appreciative.
Yeah.
yeah.
The same
So-
thing happened in Burkina Faso. Thomas Sankara. They used somebody who later on became a puppet up to my time. Blaise Compaoré.
Yes.
He was the one who was used
To kill.
Thomas
to kill
Sankara.
Thomas Sankara.
And he was his best friend.
Very, very good friends.
Actually, Professor, when Sankara got information that those people had sent, they were going to kill through your own brother.
Through Traore,
Yes.
he said, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He said, I don't think so.
Yes.
But when he reached there, Traore, the man said, if you want to kill me, you kill me.
Yeah.
That's what Sankara said. You kill me. Eh? But I will not raise my hand against my brother.
Yes.
And they had been brought up together. Sankara and Traore. Sankara's father took care of Traore as one of his children. Now, look at how France, the imperial French forces, could reach and divide
Imagine.
brother and
My
brother.
brother.
So that is how terrible colonialism and imperialism
Yeah.
can go.
And even right now, this Traore now, the incarnate of Thomas Sankara,
Yes.
there are pockets of insurgents. I was there in January, spent a weekend. I was in Burkina for a week. And you hear some pockets of insurgency being organized and funded by France.
So they have not accepted the fact that Traore, the current Traore, president of the transitional government, has dislodged them
Yes.
from Burkina Faso and Mali
And Niger.
and Niger. So
Yes.
those are the Sahelian
Yes.
alliance,
Yeah.
which is a new movement,
Yeah.
a new Pan-Africanistic approach to freedom.
Yes.
Because they're seeking economic freedom as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how they are calling him out? When you read this newspaper of German, is it
Deutsche Welle.
Yes. When you read the BBC online, they have tagged him, they call his government a junta
Junta.
government, dictator.
Yeah.
Now, this week, his parliament passed an anti-LGBTQ law.
Yes.
But when you see how they are writing about him, the junta government,
Yes.
the dictator.
It's the same thing as Idi Amin.
Yes.
How they used to describe Idi Amin.
Yeah.
The dictator, the junta.
You know, initially when there were schools in all these three countries, France, America, and Britain reached out to ECOWAS. And at that time, Tinubu, I think, was the president, the chairperson of ECOWAS. And they were willing to fund the ECOWAS military
To invade
Yes.
Burkina Faso.
That's how desperate they were.
And to some extent, Tinubu accepted.
Yes.
Yes. Not to some extent.
He did.
100% accepted.
Yes.
He even wanted to implement.
Yeah.
He even sent a warning shot.
Yes.
By telling them that we are coming. Then these three leaders
Came together.
They said,
Try.
you come.
There's
In fact, before you come, we have even left your ECOWAS.
Yeah.
We are creating ours.
Yes, and that
To
is
show
how
that we are ready.
now, don't you see there's a
That's when
pattern?
now that's when Tinubu and the
Yes.
team did what? They thought they would threaten them. They said we are very resolved.
Yes. You see there's a pattern. They always use a local person.
Yeah.
They front somebody from within
Yeah.
to come and ruin what's happening. It's been the same
it's called divide and rule.
divide and rule.
That is colonialism.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I think what should happen, you're in the media. If you observe how the Chinese media is, do you ever hear anything about China?
Unless it's positive.
Because it's been nationalized.
Unless it's positive.
It's been nationalized. And they've not only stopped within China. Even in Uganda and Kenya, there is Chinese people here who are determining what kind of news goes out about China. Because China is in Zambia, they're in Congo, they are here,
It's in Africa.
they're everywhere. They're not doing everything 100%. I know the West will jump at any opportunity to say that the Chinese are not considering human rights. These same people who are killing people and saying we are observing human rights. So they really control what goes out about China. You can tell by, even in Kenya, they took a lot of journalists to go and train them on how to report about China. But now, what do we do here in journalism? You're taught to report like BBC, like Deutsche Welle, like Al Jazeera. So we need to have our own African way of reporting,
Of telling our story.
of telling our story.
Yeah,
Because the Chinese are telling their story.
And you recall I said during the ceremony of awarding, giving us this Pan-African Pyramid Awards, I said we must tell our stories.
Yeah.
And if we don't tell our stories from our own perspective, somebody else
They will
will
tell
tell
us.
Yeah.
and from their own perspective.
Yes.
In other words, they'll call you a terrorist. They'll say you're primitive. You don't have a religion.
That's something.
Yes.
If we don't tell our story,
Yes.
they will tell our story.
Yeah.
And
And they will tell our story from their version.
their own way, their own version. And that's why I'm quite happy with this initiative or the Pan-African Pyramid Initiative. I think we will raise it a notch higher
Yeah.
by educating ourselves to take social responsibility
Yes.
for our own stories, our own destinies, our own aspirations. And it has to start here in Kampala, Uganda, because this is where the idea came from, and then spread it to other parts of Africa.
Yes.
And the African diaspora. By African diaspora, I mean North America, I mean the Caribbean islands, and don't you forget, we have a very large black population in Brazil.
Yes.
Brazil is a black country.
It is. They're actually even introducing Yoruba
In Brazil.
as an official language, because you know.
In Brazil?
Yes, because you see, like the eastern part of Brazil, most of the people who went there were Nigerians
And especially from the Yoruba
from the Yoruba.
group.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, we have not, you see, it's traumatizing when you think about these things.
Yeah.
You see, slavery, slave trade. Forget about this one of the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
Let us look at the east coast of Africa. For over 1,000 years, the Omani Arabs
Yes.
enslaved the east coast of Africa. The Swahili coastline, Swahili. Now, when Traore and the others are talking about the Sahel,
We're talking about the Swahili.
the Swahili land of the blacks.
Yes.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
And the Arabs came, monsoon winds.
Yeah.
For more than 1,000 years, they practiced slavery. Said, moved from Omani Arab, Omani, and established his headquarters in Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Last year, when I was visiting Dar es Salaam, because I told you I have affiliation at
Muhimbili
University of Health and Allied Sciences, the Institute of Traditional Medicine. You know, I'm interested in that because I'm interested in indigenous knowledge systems.
Yes.
And I believe that it is our indigenous knowledge systems which will help us to decolonize our minds. Okay? So that we can appreciate ourselves. Yeah. So last year when I was in Dar es Salaam, I went to Bagamoyo, Muhimbili University Bagamoyo campus. We were working on some document there. Then I took time off from the meeting and went to the old town of Bagamoyo. And I was shown the dungeons.
Yeah.
The dungeons, windowless dungeons, where Africans used to be kept before being ferried from Bagamoyo to the slave town,
Yeah.
the slave market
Yeah.
Well,
in Zanzibar.
in Zanzibar.
So I took a flight from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar. I didn't want, I'm kind of hydrophobic, so I decided to fly. And the flight from Dar es Salaam to
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar
15 minutes.
was 10 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes.
Ooh.
Yes. It's just a channel, isn't
Yeah.
it? So from Nyerere International Airport to Karume, Sheikh Amani Abeid, Karume International Airport. So I got off there, and the friend of mine who had told me about Zanzibar told me there's a very good guest house within the Anglican Church, Christ Church, Zanzibar. So I took a taxi from the airport to Christchurch. When I got to Christchurch, I was told that the guest house is no longer functional. It is under disrepair. But they gave me somebody to take me to a small guest house, not far from the cathedral, the Anglican cathedral. So I went, and the following day I went back to the cathedral and I was conducted around. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. In fact, one of these days we should go back to
Yeah.
Bagamoyo and Zanzibar, the slave market. So there are memorials
Document that.
we should document.
Yeah.
And I went deep into thinking that much as we are proud of Swahili as a language, it was the language of slavery.
Yeah.
It was the language of trade. It was the language of trade. And what was the trade all about? Ivory and slaves.
And in Uganda, it's also a language of thieves.
And in Uganda, it's a language of, is it Kondo?
Kondo. Kondo means thieves. Kondo. When you are a hardcore thief,
Yeah.
we call you, this one is a Kondo.
And you speak in Swahili.
So at night when they would break into our
They would
homes
say
and so on,
Kondo.
they would be speaking Swahili.
Yeah.
Yes. It is only recently because of Tanzania, when Tanzania invaded Uganda.
Yeah.
Of course, Uganda invaded Tanzania first.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I mean not Uganda.
Yeah.
I mean invaded Kagera
Yes.
salient.
Kagera was a part of Uganda. I mean,
And then
he went.
he annexed it.
Yes.
And what did Julius Kambarage Nyerere, Mwalimu, what did he say? Oh, I mean, you have invaded the United Republic of Tanzania.
Too much.
I can assure you that from now on, when he was declaring war,
Yeah.
we have declared war
Yes.
against you. And all the battles will be fought inside Ugandan soil
Yes.
and not in Tanzanian soil. And then he set off the Tanzania People's Defense Forces.
Yeah.
And most of them were reservists.
Yes.
Not even the main, they were reservists, people who had
Who are retired.
or retired were called back.
Same retired.
And semi-retired. They were recalled, everybody. And they marched
And they caused
from
harm.
Kagera up to Kitgum.
From Tanzania,
Yes,
they crossed to Kampala to Kitgum.
Yes.
yes,
Hey,
Yeah.
yes.
how did they pass here from Masaka, from
They-
Kula?
They marched. And you know the story, you're a journalist. But of course, there were also the Uganda People's Liberation Front. Yes. An assortment of Ugandans who were exiles in Tanzania.
Yeah.
And that's how they drove Idi Amin out of power. Now, what am I saying? During that period, the Tanzanian soldiers stayed here for about, is it 2 years?
Yes.
They stayed on for 2 years, and Swahili became acceptable,
Especially among the army.
especially among the armed forces. And you notice that Uganda, they have a changed attitude now towards Swahili,
Yeah.
because your president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, speaks fluent Swahili, having gone to the University of Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
So he has no problem with the language. And in East African community meetings, you've seen him addressing, or when he comes to Kenya, he addresses us in Swahili,
Yeah.
pure Swahili.
How did Kenya come to adopt Swahili as one of the national
It's the
languages?
same as
The same as
Tanzania.
Tanzania. The
Same.
coast.
The east coast of Africa.
Yes.
We have a coastline with the Indian Ocean the way Tanzania. You see, that's a good question
The
again.
same thing with Mozambique.
With the same thing with Mozambique,
Yeah.
because the east coast of Africa started all the way from Kismayo,
Kisimayo.
yes,
Yes.
all the way
Kisimayo,
down,
that is the
Somali.
Somali.
Somali
Yes.
coast, all the way to Mozambique,
Yeah.
Cape Delgado. It's all Swahili.
And even
along the coastline.
Yes.
and even amongst the islands on the east coast of Africa,
Like
Comoros,
the Comoros,
The Comoros.
they speak Swahili.
they speak
The
Swahili.
Yes.
And their brand of Swahili is called Shinzwan.
Yeah.
Shinzwan.
They are branded Swahili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they speak, I can understand. If you're a Swahili speaker, you can understand.
Yeah, it's the, yeah.
But that's one country the French has taken over. They think they are French people,
Mentally.
mentally.
Yes, and then Eastern DRC is Swahili speaking.
Yeah.
Burundi is Swahili speaking.
Yes.
Most Rwandese people know Swahili.
Yes.
And Burundi.
Yeah.
Because Rwanda, Urundi was like German East Africa. They were German
was
East.
one country.
Yes, German East Africa. They were part of German East Africa.
And then later on, Belgium.
They were handed over to the Belgians when the King Leopold was also handed. He sold that state to the Belgian government. You know, initially it was his personal estate.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Personal estate. So when we are talking about Pan-Africanism, we should not just scratch the surface.
Professor,
Yes.
as we end up this very long evening talk in an African context, because the Africans would call their children during campfire, and they speak. I think our campfire now is this one.
Yes. It's like a fireside.
I want to end up with one of their biggest interests.
Yes.
In we call it epistemology.
African narrative epistemology.
Epistemology.
African narrative epistemology.
Take us through that. Yeah.
Africa's cultural revolution. And where did I get that idea from? Africa's cultural revolution. I got it from Okot P. Bitek, Okot P. Bitek. When I read him in 1974-75 for my secondary school exam as an option, Song of Lawino, Song of Chol. So I developed an interest in African or Africa's cultural revolution as espoused by people like Okot Bitek, Ngugi wa Thiong'o.
Mishere
Mugo was slightly younger. Mishere Mugo, Taban Lolion.
Taban Lolion.
He's still alive.
I was about to talk about him.
Yes.
When we were talking about words that were taken off, he wrote a very interesting book, Lexicography Side, the mother
Yes,
of language.
of language.
So there's a time when some language was not accepted
Yes,
within political spheres of African countries.
yes.
And I really liked his perspective on his take on how are we murdering this word. There are some words that you're not allowed to say. Yeah.
Yes, he's a very unique thinker.
Yes.
Very unique brain.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and he was at the University of Nairobi,
Yeah.
Department of Literature, alongside Ngugi wa Thiong'o.
And there was Grace Ogot.
Grace Ogot was not in the university,
Yeah.
but her husband was.
Yeah.
But she wrote short stories,
Anthology.
and anthologies of short
Yes,
stories,
yeah.
and also novels.
Yes, and then there's Margaret Togola.
That is a much more recent
Yes.
person, my contemporary.
Okay.
Yes, and she was actually my neighbor. Her children and my children
Yeah.
played and grew up together in Nairobi. So that is River and the Source.
Yeah.
So when I talk about African narrative epistemology, I mean how we tell our stories and different ways of knowing,
Yeah.
How do you know? different ways of knowing, and the African way of knowing is through storytelling.
Absolutely.
We use stories to tell, to teach. And
Oral literature.
Oral literature, proverbs, songs, tongue twisters.
Yes.
So all that stuff which we use to teach or to learn by telling stories, I call that African narrative epistemology. So epistemology is the theory of knowing. The theory of knowing, knowledge, the philosophy of knowledge.
Sure.
Yes, the philosophy of knowing, the philosophy of knowledge. When you are told a parable or a story, you will learn more and you will retain it more than when you are taught directly. And that's why the African family, they had the fireplace.
Yeah.
Evening fireplace, like now what we have here, where people could hold conversation but also tell stories to the younger generation. So through that, knowledge was transferred from one generation to the next generation. What you call transgenerational handing down of the oral traditions, of the heritage.
Yeah.
Yes, and philosophy is the theory of knowing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so epistemology is the philosophy of knowing.
Oh, the science of knowing.
Yes.
Let's say the science of knowing.
Okay, I wouldn't say exclusively science, but it's the science, okay, call it the science and the art.
And the art
of knowing. Yes.
Very good.
So that we are balanced.
Okay, okay. There is something back you told me when I was in Nairobi with you. You talked about the connectivity of our Africans and our people around by the Congo Basin.
Yes.
You talked about it.
Yes. And yes, but I will take you back. So where did I get my inspiration from? It is from my teachers, people who influenced me. They didn't teach me directly. Ngugi wa Thiong'o didn't teach me directly, but we read his works.
You read his material?
Yes, and Okot Bitek, I started to read him in secondary school.
Who is Okot Bitek, by the way?
Okot Bitek is one of the most famous Ugandan poets. At Makerere University. Even today, I went to the Okot Bitek Pavilion.
He has a pavilion?
Yes.
Yes. And I read Okot Bitek, Song of Lawina and Song of Okot, and it transformed my thinking. It removed all the funny ideas, the cobwebs I had been given. You know, his poetry enabled me to challenge certain things. And that's why I wrote this play, Okot Bitek on Trial. And it is going to be acted by a group of performing arts students at Makerere.
Very good.
So that book.
So let's go back.
Okay, I can show it to where.
It's okay.
Yeah, so this is my book which I published in 1993, but I wrote the script in 1982, soon after Okot Bitek died. Now, Okot Bitek wrote a collection of essays, Africa's Cultural Revolution. Africa's Cultural Revolution. And I think that the movement which you have started should delve into the philosophies of people like Okot Bitek, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Taban Loliong, Margaret Ogola, Grace Ogot, Austin Luanga Bukenya, all these African thinkers, okay? All these African thinkers, and what they stand for. Because what is Pan-Africanism? Pan-Africanism is bringing, I think, black Africa as a family, because we have borne the brand of slave trade, slavery, and colonialism, and presently neo-colonialism and imperialism, which Nyerere stood against. And that's why he was isolated towards the end of his rule, because of his policies. So, yes, we should revisit Nyerere. We should revisit, by revisiting Nyerere, I mean his thought. His thought.
His ideology.
His ideology. We should revisit Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, Amilcar Cabral. Yes. Of course, Nelson Mandela. And the W.E.B. Du Bois. Yes, the Association for the Advancement of the Negro in the United States of America. Leopold Sédar Senghor, quite ish in the sense that he was made an honorary Frenchman, and they gave him a wife. But that is personal. Where you get your wife from is personal. But he talked about negritude. He talked about negritude. And he talked about negritude, and that is in a French colony. There was also Aimé Césaire from Martinique.
Yes.
Return to my native land.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
He's in the Caribbean.
That's in the Caribbean. Yes.
Well, Professor Humphrey Jeremiah Ojwanga, I can tell you, Professor, we could sit here for the whole night and the whole day and another night, and I can tell you, your pot of knowledge will never be finished. So, we had better take a break for tonight. Because I was in Kenya, I spoke to him for the first time to meet him. We spoke for over 5 hours. And I still left when we still needed to speak more. The business was not finished. Same is happening today. He's punishing me now. So I will ask Professor Ojwanga that let's end here, and we will start from there tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day.
Yes.
I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity, accepting to speak to me for over these 3 hours here. And of course my sister, Oma, for accepting to host us. And disorganize your sitting room here. Disorganize your sitting room here, take charge of the sitting room for over 3 hours, we're in charge.
It's okay.
But also Professor Ojwanga, I'd like to thank you for accepting my invitation to come to Kampala to pick this most prestigious award. Professor Humphrey Jeremiah Ojwanga, African veteran educationist and environmentalist. To me, this is very important award. And I'd like to thank you for coming and attending this very interesting Pan-African Award last Saturday.
Yes. And I would like us to pause for yet another. And where is that one?
Oh, mine is here.
Yes.
Yes. But what is your medal? I can charge you. I can charge you.
My medal is upstairs.
I'm joking.
Yes. Yes.
Now, amongst us three, it's only me who has never been awarded. Can you imagine?
Oh, we need to award you.
For the last 8 years, I've been conducting awards. I have never got even a certificate. But I'm okay. I'm not worried.
No, we need.
Maybe
we need to rectify that.
I have not yet reached your level.
No, we need to rectify that.
Thank you.
Because what you're doing is also it's a wonderful thing in Africa.
Yes.
you are sensitizing
It's priceless.
us. It's priceless. You're sensitizing us. You've taken responsibility, heavy responsibility upon your shoulders to sensitize us about our Pan-African heritage.
Yes.
Yeah, and I thank you for their work.
You've given
Thank
us
you
a
so much.
platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ouma. You can lift it like this.
Yes.
So, here we are.
Free your mind now. Be part of the People's Pan-African Parliament. The Pan-African Pyramid Debate with your speaker, Andrew Irumba Katusabe.